halfway through this video, or this series I should say, and we are on to Group F. The sixth group of the World Cup sees the Dutch, Netherlands, Japan, Sweden and Tunisia. This for me is like a proper World Cup group. You know, you've got Europe, Asia and Africa all in it. You know, the culture and different styles of play in this group I think is going to be unbelievable. I really like this group as well. It looks like a solid group. I think everyone could probably take points off everyone, if I'm honest, but that's not how I think it'll go, but I think it definitely could go that way. Let's get into each team. We'll start off with the Netherlands. So then the Netherlands finished top of their qualifying campaign, 3 points above Poland in second. They finished on 20 points, Poland on 17. Promising campaign. You know, the Dutch very rarely fail to qualify for a World Cup or a Euros. They're very consistent qualifiers and play well in qualifiers. Normally, a lot of the times I've seen them go 8 games, 8 wins, or 10 games, 10 wins, whatever, or drop like 1 or 2 draws in there. You know, very consistent qualifiers are the Netherlands. Their key player, you know, everyone's going to say Van Dijk. Probably could have been Xavi Simons if he was there. I'm going to go Frankie de Jong. I think Frankie de Jong is a cog in that midfield. You know, he can dictate the play. We've seen how good he can be on his A game, and I think if he brings his A game to this World Cup, Netherlands have a serious chance of winning. You know, they've got some very good, decent players along the way as well, not just in course of Frankie de Jong. They've obviously got Cody Gakpo, Daniel Malen, Van Dijk at the back as well, and I think they're a very solid team. Second team in the group is Japan. Now Japan pipped Australia to World Cup qualification in top spot in their group in Asian qualifying. You know, they were very good in qualifiers. They normally are, the Japanese. You know, they qualify for World Cups and then are pretty decent when they get to World Cups. You know, we've seen them get to the semi-finals previously. They're a good team, Japan, and they've got some very decent players. No Karo Mitoma is a massive miss, but you know, Ao Tanaka, Wataru Endo as the you know, notable names. And the key player I've gone for is actually Wataru Endo. I think holding DM, yes, he's gone to Liverpool. He's not really excelled at Liverpool, but before he went there, he was a very decent player, and he had to try and perform even better to look good in the Liverpool team that ultimately won the Premier League. Wataru Endo for me is their key player, and chances, I think they finished second. I generally think they finished second. I like Japan at World Cups. Like I said, Asian teams have that never die attitude. They will stick at it, they won't give up, and I think Japan finish in second. The next team is Sweden. Now, very interesting for Sweden. They finished bottom of their World Cup qualifying campaign, picking up 2 points in a group that contains Kosovo, Switzerland and either Slovenia or Slovakia. I can't remember which one was in that group, but embarrassing. 2 points out of, was it 6 games? I think it was, yeah, 2 points out of 6 games for Sweden is pretty embarrassing, considering, you know, the players they've got: Isak, Gyökeres, Elanga, Victor Lindelof at the back, Gudmundsson. You know, a very solid team, and they finished rock bottom, which put them into the playoffs because of their UEFA Nations League. Again, once showing why the UEFA Nations League is heavily reliant on how World Cup qualification goes. A team finishing bottom on 2 points has a gateway into the World Cup and qualify. They beat Ukraine in the semi-finals and then Poland in the final to qualify. Their key player I've gone with is actually Victor Lindelof, who I believe is still the Sweden captain. Yes, you're going to say Gyökeres, Isak, Elanga, Kulusevski, Bergvall as options, but I'm actually going to go for Victor Lindelof, captain, leader at the back, someone who definitely will be the cog in how Sweden do. And yeah, I think they're going to finish third. I think Netherlands will win it, Japan third, Japan second, Sweden third, and Tunisia, which I'll talk about now in a second. So Tunisia, the last team in Group F, and what a qualifying campaign. They finished 13 points clear of second. I can't remember who finished second in their group. They finished on 28 points, 1 draw, 9 wins. Unbelievable World Cup qualifying campaign, and you kind of expect that from Tunisia now. They seem to be a team in World Cup qualifying that just are too good, and despite being probably not the best African team on paper, you look at Ivory Coast, Ghana, Morocco, Senegal, Tunisia constantly find a way, and they played well in qualifying, like I said, well, very well, dropping only 2 points with a draw to, I can't remember who they drew to actually, but with 1 draw out of 10 games, that's pretty remarkable if you ask me. And they fully deserve their place at the World Cup. Key player, I'm gonna go with Hannibal Mejbri. Now it does seem Premier League orientated with key players, but I do think that, you know, Hannibal has got the ability to really take this Tunisia team far in this tournament. I really see him being the type of player that can grab a game by the scruff of the neck and really comfortably win a game for Tunisia. It's going to be hard. I think they're going to finish bottom. I just don't see how they get above the other 3 in the group. But if they have a good tournament, they could sneak third. And then depending on how many points or whatever they get, they could sneak a best third place team. But Tunisia, I think, finished bottom, and that is Group F. Halfway through, these first 6 videos were recorded in the same day. I'll record the other ones at a later date as well. I don't want to record it all in one go. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for Group G. Thanks for watching.